Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Driven Wyld. Today we are talking about DoorDash driver exposed tip theft on the platform. Who's the culprit? So recently I got a message from one of my subscribers.
Anonymous sender.
Thank you so much for messaging me about this and making this video possible. And apparently we have some evidence of tip theft that has been taking place on the DoorDash platform, which overall is just no bueno. So with that said, I want to go over everything that is being said in this article, how it actually is for DoorDash, UberEats, and Grubhub drivers and customers, restaurants, in the platform itself, and everything in between. So with that said, let's get started. Good afternoon. I have a question. Have you ever picked up an offer from Panera Bread and they had the receipt on the bag? I have a picture of this. I'll show it to you. Can you tell me if I'm reading this wrong? The order came in for $7. It was a $5 tip, but on the ticket that I took to the lady, it was an order for $252. There was a $21 fee of some sort. Then right above that was a $20 tip. I'm confused. Who got the extra money? I called DoorDash 3 different times. I got 3 different answers. Then I was told a supervisor will call me back in 48 hours and I'm still waiting. First off, if you're expecting a supervisor to call you back in 48 hours, that's not gonna happen. You gotta hammer support on the phone. People wonder why we gotta be such jerks to support half the time. Gee, I don't know. Maybe because you're being jerks to us? Maybe because you're the one putting us through the ringer on the subject? But overall, yeah, tip theft is something that has been happening on the platform. And it kind of goes something like this. You see, the customer doesn't necessarily order DoorDash specifically. They order from Panera Bread or the Panera app or whatever, and they have it delivered. And then the delivery will then be outsourced to DoorDash between the point of Panera Bread being the website or the app or whatever, and the customers in question. What's going to happen is that Panera's going to scrape some of the tip, if not all of the tip, and then just send it into the DoorDash pools to eventually have somebody take it. Now, they've always denied this, and Chipotle's denied this. They're owned by the same company, but it's also been proven many times over. It's actually one of the 3 scams that I exposed while back on the subject. I will leave that video in the description. Feel free to check that out. Yeah, sounds like a couple of upcharges hit ya. Send me the receipts. Maybe I am missing something too. Also, are you okay with this becoming content? Good morning. I was the dasher that picked up this order. I'm just wondering if I'm missing something because of the ticket for the lady I dropped it off to had $20 tip on the ticket. What came to me on the app while I was dashing was $7 with a $5 tip. So if the ticket shows $20, who got the 15 of that 20? Because I only got 5. Also, I don't have a problem with you using it on your channel, but I don't have TikTok. I don't really post online, so you can use the ticket and the information with it, just not my name. Which again, you could always just ask me to keep your name anonymous if you're concerned about sending me stuff and it going online. It's totally understandable. Also, if you're not following me on TikTok, my link to that is in the description as well. Based on what I see here, I'm thinking the customer didn't order through DoorDash at all. More like they ordered through Panera and they outsourced it to DoorDash. When this happens, they have the privilege, even if it isn't right or what the customer intended, to reduce the tip and keep some for themselves. Papa John's is notorious for this. Papa John's, Pizza Hut, Chipotle, any of these apps that people use to actually order through them to avoid some of the DoorDash fees, it gets sent to the DoorDash pool. We just don't accept them. If you ever wonder why there's a lot of no-tip orders, there may not be as many no-tip orders as you think. They're just going through the apps themselves on the specific restaurants they like, maybe capitalizing on some loyalty rewards, which there's nothing wrong with that. But what ends up happening is that you don't even want to be a part of those systems because those orders end up sucking because the tips end up going to the restaurant and not the driver. Now, see, I said that to DoorDash customer service agents, all 3 of them, and what they tell me, again, you get 3 different explanations, so nobody knows anything, that they're not supposed to do that. They even sent me an email that I have, and I suspect that the merchant is keeping the tip. I'm supposed to let them know, then they will investigate. I always have my suspicions that either DoorDash or merchants are keeping tips. DoorDash investigating and doing their job. Oh. God, I gotta tell you, that is one of the hardest things I had to keep a straight face for, because let's be honest, this is just gonna go under the rug or some back burner in the back office that no one's ever gonna look at. Because in reality, every supervisor has their own different rules on the subject, because this isn't okay. Which is why we gotta expose it online as much as possible, because all the shady things that happen in the food service industry as a whole, let alone the gig economy, is insane. Of course, support agents don't support you. They support the company, kind of like how HR departments support their companies and not the people in them. Send me the email if you can, drivenwyld@gmail.com. To be honest, it can go either way, but if you confront the restaurant or merchant, I doubt it'll go anywhere. The agents are worthless. The third person I called, I had to laugh. He said the reason why it was that way is because the customer changed the tip in the middle of my dash. So I said to him, is that where we're going? Really? That's your excuse? I said, I can guarantee you that's not the case, so give me a better response. And to the day, I'm waiting for a supervisor to call me, so I guess I'm never going to get one, LOL. On DoorDash specifically, they don't have the privilege to reduce the tip. Like, you can tell that some of these people are just so effing useless that they can't even do a single job properly. It's embarrassing. Customers can only tip in advance rather than upon delivery. Drive tips are now included in the initial base pay offer when you confirm whether you are able to complete a delivery. You will still receive 100% of the tips received by DoorDash from the merchant or the customer, but you will no longer need to present a paper receipt to your customer, since tipping will now only be done in advance. We will no longer accept tips after the delivery via paper receipt.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. And may God have mercy on your soul.
This is the most asinine explanation through email, because this is just all over the place. It didn't even answer anything. Accepting tips via paper receipt, you never did that to begin with. You will receive 100% of the tips from the merchant or the customers, but you didn't provide 100% of the tips. That's just a straight lie. And customers can only tip in advance rather than upon delivery. First off, they have a feature to where people can add tips after, and it seems like you didn't even use it. Not to mention, on the other side to that, you aren't even talking about cash tips, which is the #1 no-tip customer argument in the world. Your explanation is as shitty as you are a support agent. This is my opinion. It's worth what you pay for it. None of you pay me. There you go. Whether or not it was the restaurant or DoorDash or any of these platforms, it's really irrelevant who is the one that is stealing the tips. The fact is that it is advertised to us that we keep 100% of the tips. That's their policy. That's one of the main benefits of being on these platforms, is 100% of the tips goes to us. But with how tips have been overall fought over, whether you should tip, shouldn't tip, whether the restaurant should tip pool, whether to waiters or waitresses, or all should go to the driver, all of that is irrelevant. The fact is, that's what we signed up for, so that's what we should expect. Now, did you accept a $7 order going a certain amount of distance, and that's why it was what it was? That's why you accepted it to begin with? I hope so, but I would be mad too with how certain receipts come out and we see, man, we only got a quarter of the tip the customer intended. That's pretty insane. And it's amazing how many loopholes are within the tip legal system, which I don't even know how there is so many loopholes with the tip legal system, because restaurants steal tips from their waiters and waitresses all the time. The companies we work with have been caught with that stuff all the time. Restaurants are pulling that crap. It's just hilarious to me how much illegal stuff happens within the gig economy, within tipping in general, that there is not more enforcement on the subject. And then you wonder why we get all uppity with with some of these companies, because this is not all right. The amount that was intended for us is this amount, and you're not paying it to us. You promised this in terms of the distance and the pay, etc., and you're not paying it. And then all of these other factors, and here you are being the kind of dirtbag company that you are, because it's hard to enforce these rules. And of course, we can't do a whole lot about it because we signed an arbitration agreement, and if anybody knows how arbitration agreements work, you wouldn't go to a judge, you would go to an arbiter, and the arbiter is somebody that the company pays for. And the company is going to pay them exactly what they need to be paid in order for them to say what the company wants them to say. Sounds rigged? Because it is rigged. But don't worry, because a lot of gig workers were smart enough to understand that this is an independent contract. They have an opt-out section, and the people that signed up were smart enough to read the full contract to opt out themselves, right? Wrong. Because most people don't even know what an arbitration agreement is. They use fancy language that most people don't understand because they aren't 100% educated on what it means to be an independent contractor, or they made mistakes along the way, which is, look, understandable. But seriously, this is a whole lot of messed up. Now, I know a lot of people want to say it's DoorDash's fault overall, and it is for them allowing these companies to pull this crap, such as Panera Bread, Chipotle, etc. But are they the ones stealing in particular? I'm sure if they would, it would either be so unnoticeable that we wouldn't be able to tell for ourselves, or there's something else that is going on entirely that we haven't thought of. But that's why you diversify your gig portfolio, because all of these companies usually go to DoorDash when it comes to their white label program. So if you go to something like UberEats and Grubhub and they are providing better customers at better values, why wouldn't you want to work with them? Or you just switch niches entirely, go into catering, go into grocery. I know that it seems like it's a similar thing, but it's really not. Package delivery, if you want to go Veho or Amazon Flex. The list can go on for days. That's also why you develop an exit strategy, because the gig economy is an income bridge to what would be a long-term goal, not the goal. Why should you be super dependent on DoorDash in the long term when they not only commit a lot of the things that people talk about, but they also allow restaurants to pull shady things too? Why should you accept being treated poorly as a whole? All in all, just make sure you're taking only orders that make sense, and if you do get an order that is from another company going to DoorDash, make sure the price is still right for you, because there's probably something shady going on in the background. And DoorDash knows about it and is just not going to do anything about it. If you guys also want to email me about something, whether you want to be shouted out or not, my email is drivenwyld@gmail.com. Feel free to share whatever you feel is right to share with me. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.